Hello, I am at Carlsbad Caverns in New Mexico, and I'm gonna go enjoy it and see what it's like. It is free today, that's why I'm here. It's National Public Lands Day, I think is what it's called. So all parks are free admission in the country, and the one I decided to go to for free today was this one, Carlsbad's Caverns National Park. Okay, so why don't you join me and we'll go see it for free. The journey begins with taking an elevator like 750 feet under the surface of the earth. I took the liberty of drawing a map, but it's probably not to scale and it's very rough. It shows more or less what I think my journey into the cave was like. So as you can see on this rather beautiful map, after the elevator, you go straight into the lunchroom. And so I had a sandwich and some chips and a Coke, 750 feet under the surface of the earth. It was a simple meal, but there was something special about it, I guess because it was a reminder of life on the surface of the planet. And then the journey began. And down here, things were strange, stalactites and stalagmites. No one really knows which is which. Well, maybe some people do. And here you could kind of see some old wooden staircases sort of at the top of something. That was kind of weird. As we entered one of the first exciting rooms, the King's Palace, we saw this thing called Iceberg Rock, sort of near the ceiling, I think is where it was. Anyway, it fell into this location about 500,000 years ago, and it weighs 200,000 tons. So she a big girl. I'm pretty sure this next footage is from the so-called King's Palace, although it got kind of confusing sometimes where we actually were in the cave, but it was beautiful nonetheless. I'm about 80% sure that this next footage is the so-called Queen's Chamber. Let's check it out.
years to pave everything. And then in the late 70s, we put epoxy mix on the trail. In the early 2000s, the handrails came in. So, yeah.
And this part was cool, where we watched a drop of water that had apparently journeyed for something like 30 years on its way down here, and it dropped onto the rock below, showing that the cave is still active and still sort of reforming.
There we go. All right. All right, folks.
And next we entered the Green Lake Room. And sure enough, there was a greenish lake right there in the middle of the cave. It was beautiful. And I can't quite be sure, but I think these areas are the devil areas, such as known as the Devil's Spring or the Devil's Den. But no matter what it was called, it was all very spectacular. And here I am, the duck, a modern-day spelunker. And it was really quite something when the light broke through from the surface of the earth and illuminated the area around the so-called natural entrance. And so after walking what I think is almost 2 miles worth of passages and climbing nearly 850 feet, I broke ground and walked the earth once more. What a glorious experience. I'll definitely want to come back one day. Thanks for joining me.